Hello and welcome everyone, and this is going to be the third game. Rising Stars though is going to be spawning as the purple human player on the bottom left, and World Elite's TeD, who's going to be spawning as the yellow undead player on the top right. Game 2, wow, was that different? I mean, so is Game 1 from those side, but it lost, so yeah. It's like Sishi talking about Lucifer's gargoyle strategy. He loves it, but if it doesn't work, there's no point doing it. So yeah. Though went Mass Dragoncourt Riders win, TeD opted to go for a Mass Destroyer combination in his army. He had Crypt Fiends backing them up, but when it came to the point where the Mountain King alongside that Blood Mage just one-shot those Crypt Fiends, it kind of forced TeD to go an all-out Destroyer statue army composition where Stormbolt was pretty much ineffective against those units and just mainly targeting those heroes. TeD is going to go for that graveyard after Tome of Relics. Tome of Relics placed down a little bit in the back area of the map. Probably going to affect the game a little in the future, but not that much. It's going to be a Mountain King once again versus a Death Knight. Now, last Refuge, it's been one of those maps where it's unexplained, but it's labeled as in favor of the a particular race, and this particular race is known to be undead, so who knows how this will affect it. I'm not exactly sure on the specific details why people consider this map favoring undead players. I guess it's just the amount of green creep camps or something, but that could still go for the humans. I mean, I'm still wondering on why it's favored for undead. Okay, Tho is going to be clearing out this green creep camp. Hopefully get a good item. It's going to be a +2 ring. Most likely will be sold. And TeD is going to move out with those skeletons. I have no idea what the corpse was there. I think the scouting ghoul or acolyte was able to kill it off. And it was probably a critter because critter corpse take a very long time to decay. We have an arcane tower on the way. Tho is still making peasants, and defend is being researched. TeD is going to go straight away to tier 2 and of course create those Crypt Fiends in the process. Skeletons are going to be spotted from Tho, as TeD will be able to get his second pair of skeletons. The first one will be out in a couple of seconds. I mean, they really haven't done anything, so yeah. There we go. I always admired that type of death animation. I mean, he dies pretty much symmetrically. This one will die pretty much symmetrically as well. Deathcore gonna take down a trapper. And Tho is gonna get himself level 2 on that Mountain King. Rock Golem is going to drop a Boots of Quel'Thalas. Not sure what it is with Tho and +6 agility, but apparently it's his thing. If only he played someone like a Night Elf, that would be very useful, but Mountain King, not so much. Every 3 points it gives 1 armor. Is that true? Frankly, I'm not sure. 18, so it should... Oh, that just screwed it up. So it should be... Let me do quick math here. It's 22 agility right now. It's 7.4 armor. Oh man, I liked it when I was like 18 agility. Oh, it's so unfair. Math on top of my head. He's gonna sell the boots of quality loss. It's gonna be 16. That's still not there. 15. That should be 5 armor, but it is 5.6. Is that right? Sounds about right. Oh well, won't matter too much. I'm just trying to fill in the time. Stormbolt, long distance one on that Death Knight. Death Knight will be taking quite a bit of damage, but that Cloak of Shadows is going to be playing right about now. Mountain King is still getting long distance experience, and Tho is of course expanding. Expanding is generally a very good idea, especially against someone as powerful as TeD, who is of course from the Clan World Elite, which may sound absolutely elite-like, but you know, it's not like the best. But then again, I'm not sure which one is the best Warcraft clan, mainly because that kind of clans don't really seem to play a big factor anymore. I mean, there's no longer tournaments in Warcraft, or at least high sponsored tournaments or anything like that. I may be wrong, but yeah, there's just Warcraft's dying, really. It's a sad fact, but it is a fact nonetheless. The Lich is going to be the second hero of choice for TeD. Footman is going to be spotted by this undead army and is trying to retreat, but because he has that defend on, he is forced to move in a slow speed. This Ogre Magi is going to be taken out. Is it going to be Book of the Dead? Is going to be a Mana Stone, so that is a much more valuable item than a silly Book of the Dead, which we've seen many times from this particular camp. Ogre Mauler will be killed off, and this Goblin Shirt is going to move in to gather the lumber. Great Mana Potion on that DK. Tome of Experience is going to be picked up, so that is a very a beneficial tome for that Lich. Generally that's why Blade Masters try to rush these trappers. Not only will they take reduced damage because they only take damage from the trappers, but you know, it's always that chance. It's that 25% chance of getting a Tome of Experience and additional 100% 100 health. Very valuable. Deathcore is going to heal that Griffin back up, and of course he can burrow if needed. Lich is going to be using the Frost Armor ability instead of Dark Ritual to complement that Frost Nova. So Frost Armor is basically going to deny that Mountain King as well as those footmen tons of DPS, as they will have reduced attack speed if they attack the Frosted Armor, as well as the additional armor itself. Ogre Mauler is going to be taken down. Lich is nearing level 3 and the DK is nearing level 4. However, the Mountain King, I believe, is at level 4. So, to be honest, I think TeD would look much better in terms of hero score, as he does have a level 3 and a level 2. Soon level 4 and level 3. So, yeah, when you weigh the values of those heroes, especially since, you know, they offer more abilities, I think TeD kind of nails it. They go with the Stormbolt on that DK. DK won't be able to take that much damage though, but I assume we might have a Blood Mage coming in for that Banish Stormbolt combination. Peasants and Footmen are going to be Frost Novid, and there we go, the Frost Armor being dispelled from those Shadow Priests. There we go with another one, for another Frost Nova taking down a lot of Peasants, but the Lich will be taking down level 3. Unfortunately, he just turned level 3, so that's going to be an elongated revival time. DK did reach level 4 as well, so hopefully he will be able to support his army better with that level 2 Unholy Aura. Does he have it? Does he have it? He hasn't put a point in that Unholy Aura just quite yet. He might have it in Death Pact, which is a possibility because we've seen some undead players deny units with Dark Ritual and Death Pact. DK not an exception at all, so he might have a point in Death Pact. Either way, meat wagons are going to destroy this expansion. I mean, I mean, the only difference between here and Game 2 was that TeD always had his expansion up. TeD wasn't really able to fully destroy that expansion before, which eventually, you know, gave TeD the option to go for that expansion once again without, you know, building that town hall. So hopefully TeD will be able to play better without an expansion, but it's highly doubtful. Keep takes about to be completed. Oh, this is not going to be good at all, really. Footman not really the best against Crypt Fiend meat wagons, so TeD might be looking at a very, very big obstacle right here. Footmen are going to be moving in, rushing that meat wagon, but meat wagon can just easily be replaced. Second meat wagon is going to be replacing that first one, or at least the third one I meant. Mountain King is trying to do the damage he can. Scroll of Healing being used. TB Scroll probably going to follow it up. He does have greater mana potion though, so he could put out a little bit more Storm Balls onto that Death Knight, but the Death Knight is currently being healed with that statue. What is going on? I'm not sure. About Arcane Vault is going to be placed down, though. Still has 300 gold for maybe an building, but because of those meat wagons, it's going to be very difficult for TeD to actually cope with this. Lich is going to be returning at level 3, so this is going to be a very, very bad fight for TeD if that Lich joins in. And there we go, most likely Death Coil is going to take down the Mountain King. Blood Mage is out at level 1, but what can he do if the level 5 Mountain King has been killed? And TeD is going to lose, giving the GG, and TeD is going to take this series. So TeD is going to make the finals. I do apologize for my throat, it's still not in the best condition, but still the ZOTAC needs to be casted. The next semifinals is going to be Lucifer versus Shishi. So yeah, it's going to be another Undead versus Night Elf matchup, but still it's going to be a good one. Stay tuned for that.